A couple years ago, we were seeing the industry move into the singular branded solutions where everyone had an all-in-one with an inverter, a battery, and EMS. And for us, what we found is 2 out of 3 installers really didn't care. They wanted to have that choice. They wanted to leverage the expertise of the inverter companies that they knew and loved. And we went back to where our core competency is, which is making really good batteries.
Right. In the wide-ranging and fast-evolving world of battery storage, it's not surprising to see traditional power companies and generated companies like Briggs Stratton entering the fray. They do, in fact, have a storage tradition, generations of backup power heritage to provide homeowners confidence that their lights, their utility in their home will not go off just because the electric line servicing their home do. So I tracked down Sequoya Cross, Vice President of Energy Storage at Briggs Stratton Energy Solutions. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why Briggs Stratton is really an ideal partner and what differentiates you from other battery manufacturers where installers and homeowners are concerned.
Yeah, so Briggs Stratton, as you mentioned, has a long legacy of manufacturing experience. So we've been around for 115 years, which I think we're probably one of the longest standing companies in the industry now. 2 years ago, they acquired SimpliPHI Power. So again, SimpliPHI has a legacy of manufacturing LFP batteries in the United States. So we do build up from the cell up here in California. So that legacy of 14 years of battery experience, coupled with the manufacturing experience of Briggs Stratton, makes us a very powerful brand.
The legacy of power conditioning and backup power at Briggs is more than a century long. How do you explain to customers where you are differentiated in the marketplace, installers in particular?
Yeah, so I think for us, brand is really important. Briggs Stratton has been manufacturing in the US for over 115 years. And while it's mostly been on power products, engines, motors, it's a natural progression for the company to move into battery storage. We really see this as an ecosystem. Our generator expertise that we've had for a long time, coupled with now the acquisition of SimpliPHI Power, battery storage, generators, all of this can provide reliability, resilience for homeowners, and installers have one brand to go to. We offer US-based support. And with our legacy of being involved in power conversion batteries, we really understand where installers are.
Well, there's one thing that you have a legacy, certainly through SimpliPHI, of the power conversion. It's a product that you've in fact moved away from, and now the core product for Briggs Stratton is focused only exclusively on the LFP batteries. Could you talk to me a bit about that core decision to move away from power conditioning?
Yeah, a couple years ago, we were seeing the industry move into the singular branded solutions where everyone had an all-in-one with an inverter, a battery, and EMS. And for us, what we found is 2 out of 3 installers really didn't care. They wanted to have that choice. They wanted to leverage the expertise of the inverter companies that they knew and loved. And we went back to where our core competency is, which is making really good batteries. So that was very simply an ability for us to really focus on what we do best. And now what we're doing is strategically working with multiple inverter brands. Solarc, which you see here, happens to be one of our strategic partnerships, and creating closed loop communication, open loop with all of our battery products. So we have pairings with over 50 different inverter brands in open loop and about 20 with closed loop.
Amazing. Behind us is the new SimpliPHI 6.6 battery. What are some of the unique features that you want folks to really key in on?
Yeah, so one of the great things about this battery, one, what you'll notice is its size. So it's a very slim profile. Each battery is 6.65 kilowatt hours. Now, why does that matter? 3 is 19.98 kilowatt hours. So a single stack here meets the requirements just under 20 kilowatt hours. Probably one of the closest to hit that magic number.
Magic.
Other thing, we have wireless connectors. So these literally
I see that.
connect together like
it
Lego
just
blocks.
sits right in there.
Yeah, so the weight of the battery clicks in, they're self-guiding.
Yeah.
So there's no way you can reverse polarity. All of your comms are also integrated here.
Yeah.
So you put this stack together, it takes about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Once you've got the wall mount on, and this is floor or wall mounted, so you can float this entire
fantastic.
stack. But once you've got the wall mount, which we're demonstrating here, to stack the batteries takes about 5 minutes. And all you have to do is run your parallel or your positive and negative cables out through the controller. So what sits here on the top is your controller or PBU. It's got your on-off switch. It's also got your state of charge, and just has all your wiring for communications and power out of that.
Well, among the things that attracted me are, as I stood and watched how folks are interacting with the display, everyone walks up and wants to touch it.
Yeah.
Everyone is, I've seen how folks sort of interact at different booths, and this is one of the more approachable, as it were, units that I've seen in the energy storage space. So kudos on the form factor, the aesthetics. It's obviously very attracting and very appealing, at least for the folks who I've seen come close to your booth. Well, I think one of the key questions that homeowners want to know these day and age is, that's really all well and good. It's going to be in my garage. How do I know this thing is actually working?
Yeah. So one of the cool things that Briggs Stratton did is we have an internal software team, and we developed this from the ground up. So all of the software development has been done in the US, but also all of the data is housed in the US. Installers have the ability to set up an end user account so they can see just the site, they can see simplified information that isn't getting into the settings and nuance. But a pro or an installer can not only set up that home, but they can fleet manage. So simply they can see these two just got installed. There's no data here.
Yeah.
And so it's ready for setup.
Right.
So very clear indications of different things that are happening at each site. You can see here we're doing downloading. This one's being refreshed.
Yep.
So
this one needs a critical update.
that one needs a critical update. There's something going on with it. So there was a fault. So these faults and warnings can be sent real time to installers so they can be proactive with a homeowner. Yeah. And also so this is where, they can actually change the details, they can update the site.
So everything can be managed right within the app, all the way down to change orders and update checks.
Yep.
Okay.
This one here is just a battery backup system. So a little bit different. We have systems for our generator dealers, don't have solar, which is actually calculating in real time based on the loads how much battery capacity and time that they have left.
And that's based on the load. Is it smart managing the load in terms of historical usage, or the actual existing load?
The actual existing load. So this will change as that load dynamic changes in the house. Someone turns off a light, all of a sudden, they've
amazing.
got a little bit more. But if they turn off their dryer or something.
Yeah, or the refrigerator.
Yeah. The homeowner experience, they will have a simplified dashboard that's only showing them the critical information.
Yeah.
For instance, this one is showing the homeowner how much power they have left in their battery bank for backup. Other systems will show solar generation.
Got it. So it integrates whatever loads and sources there are on site.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It looks like you've gone the extra mile to create something that is not only customized to the solution, but that allows both the installer and the homeowner to interact with the platform in different ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Clever.
Yeah.